Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, this video is for the sellers. The market in 2023 has changed. Are we still in the seller's market? Yeah, I mean, technically, as of today, which is December 7th, 2023, we have about 3 months of supply on the market, which in the past, right, 6 months has been a neutral market. And then, plus or minus, you're in buyer's territory or seller's territory. So I think that's even shifted too. I think 3 to 4 months is going towards neutral territory. So we're, technically in a seller's market by historical measures, but today it's a little bit weird. So are there a ton of buyers? That's the question. No. Now, that might change as rates are projected to lower over the next year, but right now, buyers are able to ask for reductions, repairs, and credits. Working with a skilled agent who does more marketing than just plopping it on MLS or has negotiation experience so you don't leave money on the table, it's important to sellers. Sellers who sell without an agent typically sell for 5 to 7% less on average. Are there amazing for sale by owners out there? Yeah. Not everybody sells a house all the time and know exactly what to do or how to negotiate or what is fair. I'm Dillon, your investor agent right here in Tampa Bay. I specialize in serving property owners and investors like you, and I want you to have a streamlined and profitable selling experience. Here are 3 pillars that set me apart from others. The first one, speed. Time is of the essence, whether it's coordinating improvements before listing, going live, arranging showings, or giving you updates on what's going on. I move at a quick pace for you and for me because there's a lot to get done and there's little time. I don't think it's always been this way, but it seems like, just as an example, it seems like everyone moves so slow now. And so by comparison, you reach out to someone in the morning because they prefer email or text, maybe it's a vendor. You get a response at 3 p.m. And even if you immediately respond back, you may not get another response until the following morning. And so it's like one day just to send the initial communication. I hate that. Which leads me to number 2, communication. And this is for you. When I know something, you will too. I'm not going to wait a day or two to let you know about simple things or where we're at in the transaction. If you're newer to selling, I'll guide you through the process and make sure you know about all the hurdles we need to pass before the coast is clear. And usually this is inspections, it's title search, and then appraisal. There's some other smaller stuff. But if I see something posing a potential issue, I'll keep you aware. And this isn't to burden you with worry. It's to make sure you're not going to get surprised. And here's number 3, and I kind of hesitate to say this one because it's emotional intelligence. Yes, it's not like, nobody talks about it. It's not huge. It sounds pretty feminine. Listen, it's Chris Voss, an ex-FBI hostage negotiator, talks a lot about this in negotiating. Selling a property is emotional for many reasons, and it can be a roller coaster, and not just for you, but also for the buyer and the buyer's agent. So we have 4 different parties, including me, who are a part of this transaction. And one thing I've learned is that sometimes people are just going to be rude, or they don't have good social skills. They're not good at communicating what they want, whatever. If you think about it, selling property, selling your house, your investment, it's one of the most stressful situations probably in your life. I mean, there's certainly others that can be more stressful, but it's a big deal. It's a big transaction with a lot of money. If you can be calm in the face of that and empathize with their emotions, that doesn't mean you cave into them. That just means you understand where they're coming from. You can often gain some goodwill back. And listen, this is free. We're just understanding where they're coming from. It's free. You get goodwill back, and a lot of times you find an unexpected solution. So, listen, between you and me, I'm not a high pressure or aggressive salesperson, but I do know when the other side is lying, exaggerating, or sometimes just ignorant. And I'll make sure you are not leaving money on the table. So the real estate market has shifted. It's not about plopping a sign in the yard anymore. Your property deserves an agent who brings visibility. While every realtor has access to the MLS, syndicating listings to hundreds of websites, that's really not the starting point. It kind of used to be. What counts is the marketing behind the listing. So, we're not just talking about hiring a professional photographer here. We're talking about beyond that. I don't take the old school approach. Drone photography and videography is mandatory on all my listings now, so I do them for free right now, as of now. Every listing gets a creative property video tour. This is me walking through the property. It's taking the drone out. It's getting photos. It's getting videos. It's collaging them all into one creative effort. And they're all edited professionally by my social media editor. So not only do property tours get high visibility, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, but that's just where a ton of business is getting done these days. And I can't tell you how many people, I can't speak highly enough about video marketing, because anybody out of state, and you may not like out of state buyers, maybe you do, maybe you don't care, but it's not just the out of state people, but think about them for a minute. They are now able to see the property super clearly, right? And they don't have to get their realtor involved, which means, hey, you might be able to save some commissions, but they can see the property so clearly now, and it's entertaining. So they're engaged the whole way through the video. Or even if somebody's local and they have a bad schedule, they now have the ability to see the property like 20 times more clearly than even the most professional photos taken by, whoever's famous for that in the world. I don't know. Video will just always trump photo. And the very last thing that I want to mention is about tenant occupied rental properties. So if you're an investor or a landlord, accidental landlord, I know these properties front to back. And if you're looking to 1031 or divest for that reason alone, we're probably already an 85% match. I have a list of investors who, they're reasonable and they won't lowball off market. And if we place it on MLS, I know how to work with these properties, the property managers, the tenants, the legalities of, any number of situations you could find yourself in. I've been in property management for nearly 10 years now, or certain aspects of property management. So that's all I'll say about that matter. Again, I'm not a high pressure person, but I would love to talk to you and see if I can help you. Even if we're not a good fit, maybe there's some information that I can present to you that you may not have known before and you find helpful. So please set up a call or a Zoom with me, and I look forward to talking to you.